Hey there. I know it's been a minute. I hope you're all doing well. Last time you saw me, I definitely didn't look like this. I know. Over the course of the past month, I cut my hair short, very short, and I dyed them red a few days ago. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but they're red. Change is good, people. It's good to get out of your comfort zone. Today I'm back with a video that is probably not my usual content, but I still wanted to make and share with you because let's just say that I have been thinking a lot lately, and I have a few thoughts that I think can be considered as little words of wisdom. I pat myself on the back and gloat a little, which can be summed up as a few mantras and a few rules that I have set for myself to live a simpler life. They're not always very easy to follow, but they have been my guidelines, especially this year. Consider that I've been going through a lot and I know that it's not over yet. So anyways, on September 7th, I turned 36. Which is crazy if you ask me, because I definitely don't feel like a 36-year-old. However, math is not an opinion. 1985, 2021, that would be 36, so I should accept that. It feels very weird knowing that I'm getting closer to that 40 that a lot of people seem to be scared of, because when you reach a certain age, it is pretty common to think that you have a clue about life, that you figure things out, that you have a plan, blah, blah, blah. I feel personally nowhere close to having a plan and having stuff figured out. However, I am realizing that I'm having some sort of breakthroughs this year, or or at least I'm finding some truths to be truer than ever this year. And this has nothing to do, or only partly to do, with the fact that I'm getting older. So I should at least say wiser, hopefully. But also it has to do with getting older, but also going through certain life experiences. Because when you go through certain life experiences, you gather indeed experience, and you gather wisdom, and you gather some sort of knowledge that is going to allow you to go through life. 2021 so far has been a year that is teaching me a lot more about myself than ever before. I've been going through a very hard breakup of a relationship that I've been almost 12 years in. I had to move out and find a new apartment. Figure stuff on my own and do everything on my own. Professionally also, I had a little bit of crisis here and there. Don't even get me started on dating at this age, because I don't even want to. Let's just leave it out for now. Let's just leave it out. I think it's better for the sake of this video. All of my life, I've been trying so hard to fit into certain boxes and certain labels, to play certain roles so that I could feel like I belonged. Like I had my place in the world, like I was worthy, and I had my place in the world indeed. I was so wrong, people, and I wish I could tell, because it doesn't work that way. And I wish I could say to that young, naive me that it just doesn't work that way. Because we never stop learning, we never stop changing, and we never stop growing until the moment we die. Life is a never-ending learning process, so it doesn't even make sense to try to put ourselves into a box and try to stay into that box for the rest of our life. And I think I said this more than once, definitely on my blog and definitely in one or two videos here and there previously. Nothing ever stays forever as it is, and we should simply accept that and just go with the flow of life. I guess. I wish that this would be one of those videos that you see sometimes on the internet, one of those gorgeous videos of people that hit 25, 30, 40, whatever, and they share number X lessons that they learned in number X years because they have some big realizations and words of wisdom and epiphanies that they had until that point in their life. Like I said, I turned 36 and I don't really have 36 things to share with you because A, 36 are a lot, and B, I really suck at lists. There are, however, a few things that I want to share with you that I consider to be my most precious life lessons and also the sort of guidelines that are helping me living more simply. They're not always fail-proof, or at least I am not always fail-proof at following them and living accordingly, but they are a huge help. And I realize that no matter what happens, these principles and these things are always there. Number one, you can't pour from an empty cup. And that is a fact, people. Number two, we only have control over our actions and thoughts right here, right now. Not on the past, not on the future either, and especially not on what others think, do, or say. So it makes no sense to fuss over what happened in the past already because we should simply accept that it happened and we cannot change it. And it doesn't even make sense to fuss over what's going to happen because that is in the future. And we are never completely 100% sure how it's going to turn out and what's actually going to happen. And especially, it doesn't even make sense to fuss over what others do think, especially of us, because we cannot change them. They're their own individuals and we don't have any power or influence over them. We can maybe inspire them to change, but they are the ones that ultimately are going to decide on what they're going to think and do. Sorry, if I happen to look at my phone, is because I have notes, because apparently when you get older, your memory also tends to suck a little bit. So, or at least this happens for me. Hi, it's me from the future. I'm currently editing this video, and it just occurred to me that apparently looking at things on my phone didn't prevent me from forgetting to mention one of the things that was on my list that I was supposed to share with you, but instead I haven't. So I'm going to do that now because otherwise the video would be incomplete and that would suck a little bit, to be honest. Number three, we don't have to keep seeking for validation from the outside, but we have to be our own main source of validation, and we have to be our own cheerleaders, because if we don't love and support ourselves first, nobody, and I mean it, nobody else will do the work for us. That would be all from the future. Now we can go back to the regularly scheduled programming. Number four, what goes around comes around. Sooner or later, the universe will find a way to balance things out. Maybe not immediately, maybe it's gonna take a while, but it is going to happen. 5, life is as simple and as beautiful as we make it. Like I said, we have the power over our own actions and thoughts. 6, never follow someone else's path, but make your own and own it like the badass that you are. And these were my words of wisdom, people. Sometimes I wake up and I feel proud of myself. Sometimes I wake up and I feel not proud of myself. I feel horrible about myself, but that's a whole nother story. But ultimately, as a matter of fact, everything that I did up to this point, good and bad, everything that happened to me up to this point, good and bad, made me the person that I am today. And I should honor that no matter what. And I hope that watching this video will encourage you and inspire you to do the same, to honor the person that you are today. I am trying very hard to do this every day, and it's not always easy. Sometimes it's really hard and it hits you really hard in the face. But ultimately, it does pay off in the end. or I like to think that it will pay off in the end. That was it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye.